This is an absolutely incredible day for Santa Clara University. So we want to welcome you and thank you for being here. I'm so glad that we can gather to celebrate today the groundbreaking for the Stephen C. and Patricia A. Schott Athletic Excellence Center and those who have made this possible. I'd like to acknowledge the following groups of individuals and people who are in attendance. We have members today from our Board of Trustees, Board of Regents, Athletic Advisory Board, Cadillac Club, Board of Fellows, members of the Facilities Master Planning Committee. We also have Mayor Lisa Gilmore. Lisa's right here. University of Santa Clara. And other council members, Deb Davis, Raj Kahal, and Kathy Watanabe. Thank you for being here and for being supporters of Santa Clara University. I'd like to also introduce the Santa Clara President-elect, Father Kevin O'Brien. We have student athletes, faculty, staff members, members of the Jesuit community, a couple of people who need to particularly be called out, though. One is Chris Shea, who has helped to make this possible. Chris, right over here. And DevCon representatives, including Santa Clara alumnus and DevCon President Gary Filizzetti. And Brent Drowning, architect for DevCon. And then also we have a lot of friends and family of Steve and Pat Schott, and it's wonderful to have you all here with us too. We'll give you a round of applause. You know, this Schott Athletic Excellence Center will be the home of the next generation of Olympians, All-Americans, world champions, and Hall of Fame athletes from Santa Clara University. And it's all made possible through lead gifts from Steve and Pat Schott, Mark and Mary Stevens, and many other donors who are with us today. So thank you so very much to all of the donors who have helped participate in this event today. There's an old kind of adage, you know, that success has a million fathers, but failure only has one. And I think that's important to kind of think about that when you look at this building, because this building, while it's been thought about for many, many years, it's really a reflection of one person's vision, one person's dream about how to make Santa Clara athletes move forward for the next 10 years, for the next 50 years. And I think it's fair to say without that person's leadership and vision, this building would not be happening. So it's my great pleasure to introduce you to the person who's had the vision for this and the vision for Santa Clara athletics, Dr. Renee Baumgartner, the Athletic Director.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you, guys. Good morning, Broncos. It's always a great day to be a Bronco, but today is extra special. By far, one of my favorite magical moments in my 35 years of being involved in intercollegiate athletics. It is amazing to reflect back to 3 years ago when Gary Filizzetti, Andy Schatzman, Jerry Smith, and Herb Sendick were sitting around a fire at Gary's Ranch, sipping a beverage, and having a discussion about a complete care center and how it would be transformational for their programs. Out of that conversation, Jerry and Herb must have been very convincing because unbeknownst to us, a few months later, the athletic excellence concept was delivered, and we have been working very hard on making that dream become a reality ever since. Watch out, West Coast Conference, game on. The Bronco family is stampeding ahead, and we are stampeding together and investing. All of us here today understand the tremendous impact the Stephen C. and Patricia A. Schott Athletic Excellence Center will have on Santa Clara athletics. I love the word impact, and I'm going to use impact as an acronym. The I in impact stands for the individuals that have truly made this dream come true. Steve and Pat Schott, thank you. I will forever be grateful for you for taking a chance on us and giving us the lead gift. You inspired us to raise the money to match your generous gift and then inspired others to step forward with their support. It helped to know that Steve had a timeline and wanted this building built sooner rather than later. Steve, as a former baseball player, you are a wonderful example for all our student athletes to give back, and the Schott Athletic Excellence Center and Schott Stadium exemplifies your generosity. Pat and Steve, you've been incredibly generous to this community, to Santa Clara University and athletics. Thanks for believing in us. In 16 months, we will walk through those doors, and we'll be extremely grateful for both of you. Mary and Mark Stevens, my Portland girl. I appreciate you both more than you'll ever know. Mary and Mark truly understand the value a winning program can have on a university or organization. Go Warriors. Your tremendous support for Santa Clara University athletics has been tremendous over the years with Stevens Stadium, Stevens Soccer Training Center, and your substantial gift to the AEC for the Stevens Academic Center. We all believe your gift closed the door. It is a game changer, one that will have a tremendous impact on our student athletes in Santa Clara University for years to come. Thank you for everything. Timmy and John Sobrato, your enthusiasm for this university is infectious. John, I can't thank you enough for chairing the Board of Trustees and the Blue Ribbon Commission. John, you see our potential and you sense our momentum. We appreciate your generous gift to the Schott Athletic Excellence Center and believe it is important for us to build a nationally prominent athletic program that will enhance Santa Clara's national visibility, and I appreciate you for that. Thank you for your unwavering support. Thank you, Gary Filizzetti, for inviting your coaches to the ranch every year. I know it costs him a lot of money every time he invites us. But not only do we appreciate your enthusiasm, your vision for this project, and your gift, but most importantly, we appreciate your time as the AEC project manager. Your attention to detail and focus on every dollar that is being spent is appreciated. I've always sensed your admiration for your coach, Pat Malley. I know he is smiling down from heaven and very proud of you for helping Santa Clara Athletics achieve excellence. Mike and Vicki Poitevin have endowed an operating gift for the Schott Athletic Excellence Center, and it's important for us to have this to sustain the building. We appreciate their support for all the programs over the years. Bert and Pat DeGarry could not be here this evening, but Bert has given a gift in honor of his freshman college roommate, Santa Clara University's 27th president, Father Paul Locatelli. Thank you, Andy Schatzman and the Bronco Bench Foundation trustees for your significant gift to the BBF Sports Performance Center. No words can describe what the BBF's legacy has done over the past 57 years for Santa Clara athletics. Mayor Lisa Gilmore, thank you for being here today and for your support of this project and all the projects on our campus. The M in impact sounds for miracle that I finally got there, but miracle is really not the word, it's mission. Santa Clara University is special because we develop the whole person. We build mind, body, and spirit, and that's what differentiates Santa Clara University as the best choice for our current and future student athletes. The P in impact stands for our president, Father Michael Ng. Father Ng took a chance on executing the Blue Ribbon Commission and on me. Father Ng, I will forever be indebted to you. You are a great team captain and teammate because you are extremely thoughtful and very competitive. That is the perfect combination for success. Thank you for your tremendous leadership. I am blessed to have both bosses here today. I'm looking forward, Father O'Brien, to being on your team and working with you. I am thrilled that you are here, and it means a lot to all of us. I would be remiss if I didn't thank my executive cabinet teammates, all the loyal soldiers who have supported athletics, John Ottoboni, Molly McDonald, Mike Sexton, Jim Lyons, Michael Crowley, Father Dorian, and former interim VP Chris Shea. The A in impact represents our amazing athletes. The Stephen C. Schott Excellence Center is for you. You chose us, and now we are choosing to invest in you. My hope for all of you is that you accomplish your dreams and goals one day, and you too will give back to this amazing university with your time and treasure. It is incredible that 12 former student athletes thus far have given close to $29 million for this project. I want to give shout outs to those individuals. Steve Schott, who played baseball, Mary Stevens soccer, Gary Filizzetti football, Bert DeGarry men's tennis, Bill Conley baseball, Walt Kazmarek baseball, Joe McCarthy men's golf, Christine Zanello women's tennis, Brian Morton men's golf, Jim Murphy baseball, Maureen Cortopassi women's tennis, Pete Jeremiah football, and Peter Lillivan men's basketball. The C in impact represents our amazing coaches. We have outstanding coaches who are working hard each and every day to recruit, coach, and win championships. Santa Clara Athletics is taking tremendous steps to look, act, and feel like a successful Division I program, and we will find a way to win. The T stands for? Thank you from our student athletes, and thank you, Broncos, for coming today and being part of this incredible celebration. I want to thank my team of administrators and staff for their tireless work throughout the year, and I want to give a shout out to Stacy Gustafson for her leadership on this project, and to my #1 fans, my husband Scott and my daughters Abby and Ellie. Thanks again, Father Ing, the trustees, Steve and Pat, Mary and Mark, John and Timmy, Gary, Mike and Vicki, and Mayor Lisa Gilmore for giving us a chance to compete at the highest level and to build the most impactful student-athlete experience where our current and future student athletes will all go forth and set the world on fire. It is my pleasure now to introduce to all of you a Santa Clara alumnus from the class of 1983, John M. Sobrato, who is the chairman of the Sobrato organization. We are very grateful to the Sobrato family supporting many of the university's significant initiatives. I appreciate John's leadership, his hard work, and dedication to Santa Clara University. We are fortunate to have him as the chair of our Board of Trustees. He is one of our greatest fans and a loyal Bronco. Please welcome John M. Sobrato to the podium.
Thank you, Renee. As Renee mentioned, I have the pleasure of currently serving as the chair of the Board of Trustees at Santa Clara. And prior to that, I also chaired the Blue Ribbon Commission on Athletics, which I thought I'd talk a little bit about this morning. The Blue Ribbon Commission on Athletics was convened by Father Ing back in 2013 with the goal of making recommendations on how Santa Clara University's intercollegiate athletic program could help advance the mission and the vision of our fine university. As part of our work, we reviewed Santa Clara's investments in athletics compared to both our West Coast Conference and other peer schools, as well as we looked at how other universities had built successful athletic programs. The facts were clear. Santa Clara had failed to adequately invest in athletics over the last 20-plus years and had fallen to near the bottom by most measures. The report included a series of recommendations related to leadership, to funding, and to facilities. And above all, the most important learning from the case studies was that to achieve success, there had to be alignment that started on the top and continued through all the university's constituencies. So like Renee, I want to thank and acknowledge Father Ing's leadership and support for athletics. Not only did Father Ing convene the task force, but he supported the recommendations for increased funding, the hiring of our visionary athletic director, Renee Baumgartner, and made capacity in our $1 billion ongoing capital campaign for the Schott Athletic Excellence Center, which construction begins today. And we're not done, because it's been over 5 years since the Blue Ribbon Commission. And while Santa Clara has increased its investment in athletics, so has our competition. And so it is time for us to update the metrics relative to our peers and chart our next steps that we need to do to accomplish and continue to improve our competitiveness. The Blue Ribbon Commission prioritized investment in a subset of sports, which included women's soccer and men's basketball. Thanks to Mary and Mark Stevens, the needed facilities investment has occurred in soccer through the construction of state-of-the-art training facilities and through an upgrade of the field. Today's groundbreaking for the Schott Athletic Excellence Center will extend our major athletic investments in facilities to include men's basketball. This project was identified by Coach Herb Sendek as the top priority to improve SCU's recruiting competitiveness in basketball. So there is no question that the construction of this center is the most visible sign yet of the university's commitment to the future of Bronco athletics, and we're pleased you could join us for this historic groundbreaking. Thank you.
An alumnus of the class of 1960 and an honorary degree recipient in 2013, Stephen C. Schott serves as a university trustee and has enjoyed a long career as one of the leading residential developers, home builders in Northern California. He is the president and owner of Citation Homes. Steve, a native of Santa Clara, was a co-owner and managing partner of the Oakland A's from 1996 to 2006. He is a shining example of what a student athlete looks like, a very successful, loyal Bronco. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the catalyst for the Stephen C. and Patricia A. Schott Athletic Excellence Center, Mr. Stephen Schott.
Thank you, Renee, and welcome all of you wonderful people that have been long and loyal supporters of Santa Clara University. I have just a few things to say, and I've got to say them in 4 minutes. I know you went a little longer than your 4 minutes, Renee, so I might go over, maybe take 5. But anyway, I would like to just say that what's spurred me on to get enthusiastic about this building is the fact that I played here on this campus, and I won't say how many, well, she mentioned I graduated in 60, but we played baseball out there in a cow pasture. Well, there weren't any cows, but I upgraded it to a cow pasture. But bottom line was it was called Ryan Field, no offense to Mr. Ryan, but there was really nothing to block the wind. We just had to do what we had to do and not complain and just play. There was Buckshaw Field was just something, an imagination in the university's mind. And we had to play our games at Washington Ballpark, which still exists, and I don't think anybody plays there anymore except people that climb the fence. Anyway, so the bottom line is I felt that it was pretty necessary to get a facility when I heard Herb and Renee tell me that this facility would be available to most all students, not just the athletes themselves, but to all students, and it would probably be open all 24 hours if they could pay the electric bill, right? Anyway, bottom line is that got me enthused, and I feel very comfortable with this facility, and I'm glad we're going to be starting it right away. We did our initial talk on this about 3 years ago, and we have been working hard to raise the rest of the money. So I'm excited about it, and I look forward to the facility being completed in a short time. Gary Filizetti tells me that. So thank you very much for coming out today, and let's go on and win more athletic events. Thank you.
What has transpired over the past 10 years on this campus is inspiring. It has been an incredible transformation. Capital projects, academics, enrollment, fundraising, just to name a few. Much of the credit goes to our president, Father Michael Ng. Bronco Athletics has also benefited from Father Ng's leadership. We are very appreciative of Father Ng's support and encouragement. As the vision for the Schott Athletic Excellence Center building began taking shape, it was important to our coaches, staff, and I that we broke ground under Father Ng's leadership. Father Ng, that day has arrived. It is my pleasure now to introduce to all of you our president, Father Michael Ng.
Thank you, Renee, very much for the introduction, and welcome to all of you. It's one of the great pleasures of being president to do two things. One is to welcome people to events like this in which we celebrate Santa Clara and its mission, and the other is to thank those who make these events possible, who believe in us. So we have our donors here gathered around. We have so many people who are benefactors and friends. It's a chance to say thank to all of you for believing in Santa Clara, believing in the mission of this institution, and the great potential of our students who are gathered here, students who are student athletes. The work we're beginning today should enliven our belief in the mission and make us grateful. And we know the familiar words of the psalm, "If the Lord does not build the house, in vain do its builders labor." So whenever we look to the interests of our neighbor or the community and serve them, we are in a sense God's own co-workers. So we're going to pray this morning for God's help through this celebration, that God will bring this construction to successful completion, and that God's protection will keep those who work on it safe from injury. We ask too that God bless this project so it comes in under budget, on schedule, free of rain delays, and free of change orders. And so, Lord, we ask that you bless our benefactors and all donors, those who make this building possible. And we take to heart the words from St. Paul to the Corinthians, and this was inspired actually by Gary Filizzetti when I was speaking with him yesterday. So, Gary, this is for you. We are God's co-workers. You are God's project, God's building. According to the grace God given to me, like a wise master builder, I laid a foundation and another is building upon it. But each one must be careful how they build upon it, for no one can lay a foundation other than the one that is there, namely Jesus Christ. And so here at Santa Clara, we call upon God's blessing upon this project. We ask God to bless the land, bless the benefactors, bless those who will work on this, and bless our athletes who one day will play within this facility.
Thanks also to Carrie Grosser and the Events and Protocol Office for all their work in putting this together. Who would have thought that tennis courts could look so good, huh? Thank you. Have a wonderful day. And as always, go Broncos.
Today is an extremely amazing day. I'm so grateful to our two former student athletes, Steve Schott and Mary Stevens, for stepping up and giving $25 million to this project.
It's a reflection of what we've accomplished, what we hope to accomplish, and just a respect for everybody that has come before us and everything that we hope to be in the future.